Now again, if we consider the same 4 corner points, extreme points on the cross section, now due to the axial compressive load P, a uniform compressive stress will be developed at all the 4 points, whereas due to bending of this cross section about your YY axis or the neutral axis, your point B and C will be subjected to compression, whereas point A and C will be subjected to tension. So now total stress at any point sigma, which is given as algebraic sum of addition of direct stress plus bending stress. So on this 4 point ABCD, your total stresses will be, stress at point A will be compressive stress minus of sigma max of T about YY axis. Similarly, stress at B is equal to compressive stress, which is positive, plus sigma max of compression about YY axis. Similarly, the stress at point C and D will be given as shown. Next, now we consider the same compressive load P, which acts at point O triple dash, which is eccentric to both centroidal XX axis and centroidal YY axis as shown in the figure, and EX and EY are its eccentricity respectively. Now we see that the effect of this load P, which acts at O triple dash, will be to produce a uniform compressive stress across the section, whereas the same load P will cause bending of the cross section about both XX axis as well as bending about YY axis as shown. The bending moment about XX axis MXX will be given as P into EX, whereas bending moment about YY axis will be given as P into EY. So now if we consider the same 4 extreme points ABCD, due to the axial compressive load P, there will be uniform compressive stress developed at all the 4 points ABCD, whereas due to bending of this cross section about the centroidal XX axis, your point A and B will be subjected to compression, whereas C and D will be subjected to tension. Similarly, due to bending of this cross section about your centroidal YY axis, your point B and C will be subjected to compression, whereas point C and D will be subjected to tension. So one can say that your point B will be subjected to maximum compression, whereas your point D will be subjected to minimum compression, or if the value of these two tensile stresses is greater than this compressive stresses, your point D will be subjected to maximum tension. So now total stress at any point will be given as sigma is equal to algebraic sum of addition of your direct stress plus bending stress about XX axis plus bending stress about YY axis. So now stress at point A will be given as your compressive stress, which is positive, plus sigma max of compression due to bending about XX axis minus sigma max of tension due to bending about YY axis as shown already, whereas stress at B will be sigma C plus sigma max of compression about XX axis plus sigma max of compression about YY axis. So since all the 3 terms are positive, your sigma B will be subjected to maximum compression. Stress at point C and D will be given as shown. Now we see here the stress at sigma D, we have 2 negative terms. So if this 2 negative term is greater in magnitude than this sigma C, your sigma D will come in negative. So your sigma D may be subjected to maximum tension. We also see that due to symmetry, your sigma max of compression about XX axis is same as that of sigma max of tension about XX axis. Also, your sigma max of compression about YY axis is same as that of sigma max of tension about YY axis. Thank you for watching in 5 minutes.